A good question to ask yourself is how you could be building a portfolio or a small portfolio to maximize your return on investment. And it's a very popular question, a very popular topic, as there's been a lot of people that have been making a tremendous return with a relatively small portfolio in a random meme coin or some altcoins in the previous cycles. That has been happening, and that is honestly super great. It's great stuff, and congratulations if you were able to do that, yielding yourself that magnificent return. However, what's not being discussed at this point is the amount of people that try to do that and have been taking excessive risks, ending up with a portfolio that is basically going to zero as the markets are going down. And then they are back to the begin point, which is a portfolio of zero. The other group of people has likely been yielding themselves a return. However, they were not able to be developing a skill, as most likely the largest part of their run has been provided through being lucky in those investments. And that part of being lucky is typically why people are over-investing and overconfident with investing into altcoins, as most people have massive expectations for the upcoming period or the previous period, or based from the previous period, which have been a massive reality check. That's also what I see on social media. I'm seeing a lot of frustration from all of you, and that is completely understandable. It is super frustrating that the markets haven't been moving in the way that they have been moving, especially since everybody expected them to move in a certain way. However, should investing with these risks be that easy? I don't think so. And I think that if you expect enormous returns, then you need to go through the lows and you need to accept that there is a massive amount of volatility involved in demanding those returns. In that sense, changing your expectations in terms of horizon is the way to go. If you adjust your expectations through a wider horizon and stepping away from that fixed idea of the 4-year cycle and just start thinking about how you can manage a portfolio responsibly and building a portfolio based on prices and fundamentals rather than time, that's the way to go. It's very difficult, and I think that it doesn't mean that there won't be any cycles at all. Of course, there will be narratives. We've seen that before. There will be new hype cycles. However, the bear market hasn't started. The bear market is actually close to being ended on the altcoins, as most of the altcoins valued in Bitcoin are currently on a cycle low, which isn't where the actual bear market is going to start. So let's go back to the primary question of this topic, which is the question surrounding building a $1,000 portfolio into altcoins or into crypto, which is kind of similar to the current situation where people have been angry about their portfolio as they have been investing their life savings into an asset class that actually fluctuates a lot over time. First of all, if you have $1,000 that you're looking to invest into the markets, my personal advice would actually be to invest it into yourself. If there's one thing that I've learned over the years is that investing in myself is yielding the highest compounded return possible. For instance, the amount of time I've spent to be able to focus on the crypto in the first 3 years while still having a normal job outside of that, taking the hours during the night to focus on crypto and starting to learn a lot about the markets have given me the ability to invest into crypto without actual risk, because I'm just making beginner mistakes and just not betting everything on it. That has given me the flexibility to continue learning and continue educating and to continue staying in the game. So the altcoin portfolio that I have right now is not my main focus. We are running multiple companies, multiple ventures. We have the venture capital. We are launching some new companies really soon, which I'll be sharing with you. So my portfolio is not my particular main focus, and it shouldn't be for you either. Anyways, the most return you could make is by investing into yourself. So if I can give you one piece of advice, if you are looking to build a $1,000 portfolio, invest into yourself and start developing a skill through which you can scale up that amount of money that you make, and then you can start investing more. Once you've hit that level of scaling up your skill or scaling up your income, that's when the actual best performance comes in, and then you can start saving money. And then the question is how to build a portfolio in that case. Well, if you're starting up in crypto and you're just building a portfolio, my little piece of advice is to just start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, and Chainlink as a base portfolio, and having the largest allocation towards Bitcoin and Ether, making sure you're not risking it into heavy assets with all your money. The moment your portfolio starts to scale up, that is when you can start allocating portions towards heavier, riskier assets. That's how I would do it. That's how I would invest and get $1,000 altcoin portfolio. A very popular topic, but usually people provide the wrong answers, and I'm trying to give my honest opinion on this topic. I'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao. During these markets, I'm always looking for opportunities to build my portfolio, and OKX is bringing you an opportunity. They are the first fully licensed exchange in Europe with the lowest fees. And to help you a little bit with your portfolio and to celebrate this milestone, they are giving away up to 50 euros in Bitcoin if you sign up today on the exchange. Signing up can be done within 5 minutes, and if you deposit 100 euros worth of crypto, you'll receive the first 20 euros in Bitcoin. Start rebuilding your portfolio today. Go to the link in the description or scan the QR code and enjoy up to 50 euro in Bitcoin.